So happy because I finally got my new backpack that I've wanted for 2 years now. Um, it's the Vargo ExoTi Bog Backpack, and I came across. I've obviously known about Vargo a long time. I have some of their dig tool and some other stuff, and I kind of knew about their backpacks, but they weren't didn't seem as appealing to me with the external frame. And some of them kind of have that big brain on the back of them. And I came across a video. The guy's name is Chad North, and he used to work there. But he did a gear video for a hike he was doing and explained the whole backpack and basically had me sold for various reasons. I didn't get it last year because I didn't do much hiking last year. But then I finally got this guy going and got some accessories with it and whatnot. So I'll give you the tour. So here we are with the backpack, and it's kind of like a pouch. Basically, it's an external frame, and then down inside, it's like a D shape. So, and it comes with a very big stuff sack. This is my replacement stuff sack because it's a little bit lighter. I thought this would have been a little bigger though, but we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, so this is your pouch. It's kind of like, this is very similar to your Hyperlight mountain gear backpacks. This has a titanium frame, 2 straps that hold your dry bag in place. I'll flip this guy around. It has a very nice back support here. It has your pouches, which are a mesh. And I actually like that better because, if it's hot and you're sweating a lot or it gets wet, this will dry out quicker. And I don't really keep anything in these things that would really matter if you got wet. So, and actually these are very comfortable, and they kind of sit back on you a little bit, so it's actually more like just a strap anyway. I do have my Z-Packs drink pouch on here. This backpack is so comfortable. It's a little strange because of the external frame, but it's actually it's not even that noticeable when your pack's all loaded up. This ride's so nice. It actually allows for space between your back and some airflow, and it's adjustable, so you can move this guy up and down. All the weight rides on the frame. I just can't believe how nice this is. The zippers work very nice, very smooth, so I was very surprised about that. Adjustable sternum strap. The only thing that I don't really like is I actually do like having some nice lash points on the strap. However, so these guys are kind of just like a bungee, so I don't know what that is, but in order for me to get my Z-Packs drink pouch on there, I just use a piece of that tent cord and just kind of hook that up, so everything's good there. Although most companies do the daisy chain stuff, and actually that is kind of pointless. It is nice when they do if they do some cross straps, because anytime they sew in the center of the strap here, it just depletes all the padding, and it actually just makes it very hard on your shoulders. But these straps are so comfortable. Everything about this pack is just perfect. And so I weighed this separately twice with the stuff sack that comes with it and then the replacement, and Let me get my notes here. And I weighed this with this on it because I had already put that on and I don't feel like taking that off. But the backpack stock with the Z-Packs pouch is 42.88 ounces. And then with the Hyperlight bag, the weight is 37.12 ounces. So minus the weight of this, which is about a ½ ounce, you know, figure with the Cuban stuff sack, it's about 37 ounces or a little bit less. So very comparable to your Hyperlight mountain gear backpacks, you know, right around that 2-pound mark. And just to show, I have this fully packed for I'd say like a 4-day trip, 4-day 3 nights. Everything that I would take. Stuff sack has a little bit of extra clothes, like an extra shirt, socks, underwear, and then has my underquilt and top quilt, all my hammock gear, hammock and tarp inside of there. On the top would be, and then on top of that would be my ditty bag, electronics and whatnot, and then food bag and toilet paper in the very top. Down here I have my water filtration kit in this pouch with alcohol bottle. Over here, just showing 2 smart water bottles will fit in one pouch, side pouch. And then in here I have my dig tool, tent stakes, tarp stakes, 900 milliliter pot, raincoat, and tree straps. This is a little knife I got from the outfitter in Duncannon. It's called Kind of Outdoorsy. It's just a tiny little knife. So yeah, it's cool. That was like $5 or $6. Have my umbrella and that just fits in there so nice. Don't have to worry about anything lashing to that like weird. I'll have to play with this and see if there's a good way to mount this to the frame too. That could even be a possibility. And then like back in here, that's my Hyperlight mountain gear the phone pouch with just an extra carabiner on top, and that just fits nicely right in there. But with my new phone, I have an OtterBox, so I can actually just clip that right to my sternum strap and it stays on there really nice. But in the case that, you know, I do need to put the phone away, I could put it in here or in here for better protection, that kind of thing. And then just flipping this around, sits up pretty nice on the ground. Right there I just have like actually it's like a bicycle water bottle, fits in there nice in the Z-Packs. I think I might ride with this more, hike with this more. With that, can do powder drinks in there better. I don't have anything in these pouches. That will probably just be like snacks and whatnot. And I usually do snacks in here. So yeah, this is enough for a couple-day trip with room to spare in the stuff sack. This is the Hyperlight Mountain Gear Extra Large Pack Liner. Z-Packs also makes one. The Z-Packs one might even be a little bit bigger than this one. It is a little bit lighter by a couple tenths of an ounce or whatever, although the Hyperlight ones are in stock, and so I was able to get that quicker. So and a little heavier duty material on the DCF, so I just went with the Hyperlight. With the frame, you do get some nice space in there. And so one of my problems is when I hike, I just sweat more, and when I get a pack all hugged up against my back like that, I sweat more. My back's always wet, and you know, and putting this pack on, it's not curved, It's a nice straight frame, but it actually does kind of keep that off your back a little bit in the middle. And then you don't have to worry about, I know one of the problems with the Z packs is their frame stays that were like popping through, and the rods on the inside of the pack, you know, like on their internal pack liner. It's just something that I don't want to deal with. But the way this fits and the way it carries, it's 37 ounces, but with a full load on there, I mean, it feels like you don't have that much weight. It feels like that extra pound that the pack weighs isn't even there. So here's some other new Vargo gear I got. That's the Triad stove. Alcohol on the top. You can do a gel tab there. I really like this because those legs, you can stick those down in the ground, and that makes it more sturdy. That's a 900 milliliter titanium pot with a lid. So this one's a little fatter, but it's not as high as my other one, so I like that for in my pack better. So yeah, I'm going to be rolling with this one for a while and see how I like that one. So anyway, back to the pack here. Just a couple more notable features is easy to clean out once you're, you know, you got your stuff out of there. If you get junk down in there, there is drain holes for water, since it is kind of like a, you know, kangaroo pouch. But yeah, you can just flip her upside down and shake it, and everything's out of there. And then another key feature is, you know, just depending on how you hike, or if it's a long hike or a short hike, you know, whichever, with having this for your backpack, is that you can, if you want to, eliminate your food bag and then just use this guy as your food bag. So, you know, that cuts off, you know, that turns that 37 ounce backpack weight basically even lighter, because you're not, you know, you're not carrying the extra weight of another food bag. So that's something too, you know, if you like to use the those big Ziploc bags, the Loctite or whatever they are, the lock sacks, you can just have all your food in that and Ziploc bags, and then hoist that guy up the tree. On this one, there is some room on here to hook, you know, you could hook like a carabiner on there, or even just do some, you know, some guide line loops on there to hook it together. But yeah, so that will definitely work as your backpack and your food bag if you would like. So yeah, this thing is so comfortable. I still have my Granite Gear Vargo 26, but my other Granite Gear 38 liter backpack, and then I had another like a 35 liter Cuban fiber pack, sold them both. This thing is so nice. I'll use it in the summer, I'll use it, you know, in the fall, whatever. The other sack, you know, could be used in the winter time, but if you're trying to keep the weight down, that's where this guy really comes into play nice, especially since that's waterproof. Really helps out. As far as the strappage, you know, there's not a lot of extra, you know, I'm not gonna trim that off. There's a little bit of extra loopage here where you tighten it. I'm gonna play with that and see, you know, maybe if I'll trim this guy down a little bit, I might do that. But other than that, I mean, there's just not, you know, there's just not a lot of extra non-needed material on this. These guys Velcro off like this pouch, and you know, with that frame you can use any of Vargo's backpack setups, and now they actually have it on their site to where, you know, if you buy one backpack, you have your frame and your, you know, your straps and all that, you can actually only buy like you know, if you wanted to buy another setup for like a winter hike or, you know, that kind of thing, you could actually just pay for the backpack part. So that's a good thing too. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really one to do like gear videos all the time like that. You know, I have a hammock one that I did. Um, you know, but this pack is so nice. Um, Vargo, I actually went there. I went to the shop. It's like their little shipping warehouse. It's in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. It's up in the area where I kept my camper. And um, the side story is that the owner, I actually met him like, I don't know, 18 years ago. And when I had called him last year about going up there and trying on the pack, you know, I told him how I'd be up in the area and this and that and the other. And just by through the conversation, it turns out that I knew his aunt and uncle. They used to go to the campground I went to, so we kind of like had that in common a little bit. And so anyway, Brian is a super nice guy. I actually I went there and I got to try it on. I already knew I wanted it, but I got to try it on and make sure that I liked it. So yeah, I was at the shop, tried everything on, liked it, got some other gear, got the stove and the pot, two steaks. I actually think I'm gonna order his lighter too. He has like the lighter with the blow tube. It's like an ounce, and so that I have that lighter for my alcohol stove. So yeah, I think I actually might order that from him. But super nice guy. This design is so nice on this pack. It's my favorite. Uh, can't wait to get out and use it more. Had it out on one day hike with my gear in it, and it just feels so nice. Um, Probably the most overlooked brand as far as packs, and I think really it's just because not a lot of people realize that they have this version here that's so similar to like all your standard like through hiking backpacks. Um, best one I've ever tried on. I've tried on like all of them. Uh, Fits so good. The frame is so nice. The straps are so comfortable. So glad I got this. I'm so pumped about it. But yeah, Vargo's nice guy. You can go to the shop if you're in the area. You just have to call him and find out, if, like when he's going to be there. He's not always there because it's more of like a shipping warehouse. I think in the past they used to have like a little bit of a store that you could go to, like a little storefront, but they don't do that part anymore. Um, but yeah, super super awesome backpack. I love the design. So um, can't wait to be using this more as my main pack. So uh, that's where it's at. That's the Vargo Bog. Uh, the Vargo ExoTi Bog Backpack. So yeah, always been a fan of the dig tool. I previously had the dig tool and then like a bunch of the stakes that I got. I got the backpack. I've been playing around with my alcohol stove. That's the Triad. So yeah, I've been playing around with that. Works great. Very very similar to the Fancy Feast stove. The only difference is that once you light it, you have to kind of like let it light, like let it prime, like for 30 seconds until it starts coming out of the holes. But other than that, it's very similar to the Fancy Feast. And I like how that one secures down in the ground. But so, all that said, one more look at it. The Vargo Bog. Um, yeah, I couldn't be happier. So, yeah, I hope you get it. Like I said, I found out about that in the middle of a gear video that was an hour long, and just by chance was watching this video and kind of stuck through the video and was just kind of very interested in you know, what this guy was using, and he was using it to through hike the Mid-State Trail in PA, and I was just kind of really interested in his gear, and some of those gear sets for like the more like off the beaten trails are usually a little bit more intense than, you know, something like you would find on the AT. So I do like to pay attention to those videos because you always get good ideas. And yeah, I just like stuck in the video. I watched the whole thing, and that was how I really found out about this backpack. And I kind of knew that is what I was going for. Um, so yeah, can't beat it. It's a great product in my opinion. So um, good stuff.